Ted Bundy, born Theodore Robert Cowell on November 24, 1946 in Burlington, Vermont, began life shrouded in secrecy. His unwed mother, Eleanor Louise Cowell, gave birth to him under societal disapproval. Ted lived with his grandparents in Philadelphia, believing his mother was his older sister. This deception contributed to his deep-seated insecurities. In 1951, Louise moved with Ted to Tacoma, Washington, where she married Johnny Bundy, who adopted Ted. Despite a seemingly normal upbringing, Ted's childhood was far from idyllic. He was a quiet, withdrawn child with an early fascination with violence and death. Ted often tortured small animals, a chilling foreshadowing of his future crimes. His social awkwardness and introverted nature became more pronounced as he grew older. His troubled childhood sowed the seeds of darkness that would eventually consume him. Ted Bundy's intelligence was undeniable, excelling academically and graduating from Woodrow Wilson High School in 1965. He was well-spoken and charismatic, but beneath this facade lay a deeply disturbed individual. Bundy's interest in the macabre grew, fixating on detective magazines and true crime stories. His dark fantasies about controlling and dominating others began to take shape. Despite academic success, Bundy struggled with relationships, facing rejection from women. This rejection fueled his feelings of inadequacy and resentment, solidifying his belief in his superiority. Bundy's violent tendencies began to manifest through petty crimes, voyeurism, and burglaries. These acts were stepping stones on his path to becoming a monster. His need for control, coupled with growing rage and entitlement, set the stage for future horrors. Bundy's descent into violence was inevitable. In 1974, Ted Bundy crossed the line from petty criminal to cold-blooded killer. His first confirmed victim was a young woman from Seattle, Washington. Using charm and a fabricated injury, Bundy lured his victims to secluded locations. His crimes were brutal, shocking even seasoned investigators. Bundy's victims, often young women with long dark hair, resembled his first love, fueling his rage. He would return to crime scenes, reliving the murders and engaging in necrophilia. Bundy's methods became more refined, using intelligence to evade capture and traveling across state lines. His ability to appear normal made him all the more dangerous. The nation was gripped by fear as Bundy's reign of terror continued. Ted Bundy's modus operandi was calculated and chilling. He preyed on the vulnerability of his victims, often feigning injuries to appear harmless. Once alone, Bundy would overpower his victims, taking them to a secondary location. His victims were carefully selected, often resembling his first love, Stephanie Brooks. Bundy took trophies from his victims, keeping macabre souvenirs of his crimes. The details of Bundy's crimes, as revealed during his trials, were horrifying. He spent hours torturing and mutilating his victims before killing them. Bundy's reign of terror spanned several states, leaving a trail of heartbreak and fear. The disappearances of young women sent shockwaves through communities. Ted Bundy's ability to evade capture was a testament to his cunning. Arrested in August 1975 in Utah, a routine traffic stop revealed burglary tools in his car. His escape from custody in 1977 solidified his image as a dangerous criminal. Bundy leaped from a second-story window, disappearing into the wilderness. Recaptured in Florida, Bundy committed a final, brutal crime spree. The Chi Omega sorority house murders in January 1978 marked a new level of depravity. Bundy's capture later that year ended his reign of terror. His ability to evade justice for so long left an indelible mark on the American psyche. Ted Bundy's trial was a media sensation, with cameras capturing every twist. Bundy, with his law school experience, chose to represent himself, relishing the spotlight. He maintained his innocence, but the mountain of evidence against him was insurmountable. In July 1979, Bundy was found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder for the Chi Omega killings. He was sentenced to death. Over the next decade, Bundy remained on death row, appealing his sentences. He confessed to over 30 murders in an attempt to delay his execution, but his efforts failed. On January 24, 1989, Ted Bundy was executed in Florida's electric chair. His death marked the end of a dark chapter in American history.